Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel Guru Kripa Physics Academy. Guys, in the previous lecture, we had studied about the errors and types of errors. In this lecture, we will study that how the error can be expressed or what is the method of expressing the errors. Okay, so generally errors are expressed in three ways. First, absolute error. Second, relative error. And third, percentage error. Okay, so first of all, we understand that what is the absolute error. The definition of absolute error is the magnitude of the difference between true value and observed value. So what is the true value? We will understand here. Let any rod is given to us to measure the length in the laboratory. Okay. Let the length of rod is represented by A, and in the first observation length is measured A1. Okay, and in the second observation length of any rod is measured A2. Third observation length is measured by A3, and in the fourth observation length of this rod is measured A4, and in the fifth observation observation is A5. Okay, these are 5 observations. In these observations, 2 or more observations may be equal or all the observations may be different. Okay, so we have to find the average of these observations, and this average or mean value of observed values is called true value. So what is the mean? A mean will be equal first observation or first reading, second reading, third reading, fourth reading and fifth reading, and these are 5 observations. So we will divide the sum by 5. This is the mean value or average value. This average or mean value is called the true value. Okay. Now, what is the absolute error? We have to find the expression or the formula of absolute error. So it is very easy. Absolute error is the magnitude of the difference between true value and the observed value. So for first observation, the absolute error will be mod of del A1. Okay, what is this del? This del represents here the difference. So this difference is the mod of mean value, means A mean minus A1. For first observation, this is the absolute error. Okay, we know that the sign modulus gives always positive value. Okay, so the absolute error will be positive value. Okay, the direction of absolute error may be positive side or negative side, may be different direction, but always positive value. So second absolute error will be modulus del A2 will be equal to mod A mean minus A2. Third absolute error will be del A3 equal mod of A mean minus third observation, and the fourth absolute value will be modulus del A4 equal modulus A mean minus A4, and for the fifth reading the absolute error will be modulus del A5 equal modulus A mean minus A5. These are the absolute errors for each observations. Now we will find the average absolute error. So what will the average absolute error? This will be modulus del A mean or average will be equal first absolute error plus second absolute error plus third absolute error plus fourth absolute error plus fifth absolute error upon 5, because here 5 observations are there. This is the mean absolute error. Okay, now what is the relative error? Actually, relative error is the ratio of the mean absolute error to the mean value of the observations or the true value. What is mean value? This, and this is also called true value. The formula of relative error will be mean value of absolute error to the true value or mean value of observation. This is relative error. This is the expression for the relative error. And we can find the percentage error also. So what is the percentage error? Here percentage error is very easy. When we express the relative error in percentage, then that is called the percentage error. Okay, so what will be the expression for the percentage error? Look at this. Percentage error is equal to relative error into 100%. This is the formula of percentage error. So what is the formula of relative error? The formula of relative error is this. So this is the relative error, A mean into 100%. This is the expression for the percentage errors in the measurement. Okay, when we will solve the numerical problems related to the error finding, which type of error? Absolute error, relative error, percentage error, then I hope you will get the concept very clearly. Okay, there are 5 observations. Let the first reading or first observation is A1, and this is equal 2.48 meter. Second observation or second reading equal 2.46 meter. Third reading, let this is A3, it is equal 2.49 meter. Fourth reading or fourth observation is A4, and it is equal 2.5 meter. And fifth reading is 2.48 meter. Okay, so the average or the mean value of these observations or the readings will be A mean. It will be equal A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 upon 5, because these are 5 observations. And A mean will be equal, the value of first is 2.48 plus value of second is 2.46 plus value of third is 2.49 plus value of fourth is 2.50 and the value of fifth is 2.48 upon 5. This is 8. So the value, it will be equal 12.41 upon 5. It is equal A mean, or it will be equal 2.48. So the average or mean value will be 2.48 meter. Now we will calculate the absolute error. We know that the formula of absolute error is del A. If this is the first absolute error, then this will be modulus del A1, and it will be the mean value here, A mean minus A first. So it will be A mean, it is equal to 2.48, and the first reading is 2.48, 2.48, or it will be equal 0.00 or 0.00 meter. And the second absolute error will be modulus del A2, and it will be the mean value is 2.48 minus second reading is here 2.46, 2.46. It will be equal 0.02 or it will be equal 0.02 meter. This is the second absolute error. And the third absolute error will be modulus del A3. It will be equal, the mean value is 2.48 minus third reading will be here 2.49 from the formula, and it will be equal modulus minus 0.01, and we know that this modulus sign gives always positive value, so this will be also positive value, 0.01 meter will be there. And fourth absolute error will be modulus del A4. It will be equal 2.48 mean value, and fourth reading is there 2.50. It will be equal minus 0.02, and it will be equal 0.02 meter. So this is the fourth absolute error. And the fifth absolute error will be del A5, and it will be equal 2.48 minus fifth reading is 2.48. It will be equal 0.00 or 0.00 meter. These are the absolute values of each reading. Now we will calculate the mean absolute error. So modulus A mean, it will be equal del A1 plus modulus del A2 plus modulus del A3 plus modulus del A4 plus modulus del A5 upon 5. So on putting the values here, modulus del A1 is 0.00, modulus del A2 is 0.02, modulus del A3 is 0.01, modulus del A4 is 0.02, and modulus del A5 is equal 0.00 upon 5, or it will be equal 0.05 upon 5 or 0.01. This is the mean absolute error, and it is equal 0.01 meter. Now we will calculate the relative error. So what is the formula of relative error? We know that the relative error is equal to the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value. Okay, on putting the value here, so the relative error will be, what is the value of mean absolute error? Here 0.01 is there, and the mean A is 2.48. On solving this term, we will get 0.04. This is the relative error. Now we can find the percentage error also. So you know that the formula of percentage error equal relative error into 100%. So what is the relative error? Mean absolute error to the A mean is the relative error and 100%. So what is the value of relative error? This is equal 0.04 into 100%. So it will be equal 4%. So percentage error equal 4%. Okay. Now you can understand these error finding clearly by other example. In this example, we measure the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum in successive experiments. The reading turned out to be 2.63 second, 2.56 second, 2.42 second, 2.71 second and 2.80 second. Calculate the relative and percentage error. Okay, so what is the first reading? Let readings are represented by A. So A1 will be the first reading and this is 2.63 second. Second reading A2 will be equal 2.56 second. Third reading A3 equal 2.42 second. Fourth reading A4 will be 2.71 second and fifth reading A5 will be 2.80 second. Okay, so we'll calculate first the average. So A mean or A average will be equal A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 upon 5, because here 5 readings are there. So this is the value. The value of A1 is 2.63 plus value of second. Value of A2 is 2.56 plus third, 2.42 plus fourth, 2.71 plus fifth, 2.80 upon 5. Okay, let here n equal 5. The sum of numerator will be 13.12 upon 5 and it will be equal 5 to the 10 and here 6 and here 2. Okay, and 4. This is the mean value. A mean. Rounding of second decimal place, this will be 2.62 second. A mean. So this is the average value. Okay, we found. Now we will find the relative error. From the formula of relative error, first relative error will be del A1. It will be equal A mean minus first observation. So A mean is equal 2.62 minus first reading is 2.63 or it will be equal minus 0.01. But this is the absolute value because here modulus is taken, then it will be 0.01 second. Now the second absolute error will be modulus del A2. It will be equal, the mean value is 2.62 and the second value is 2.56. So it will be, what will be it? It will be 0.06 or 0.06 second. It is equal to del A2. Now third absolute error will be modulus of del A3. It will be equal mean value 2.62 minus third reading is 2.42. It will be equal 0.20 or 0.20 second. Here you have to remember that in the formula of absolute error, here first mean value is taken and all the observed values are subtracted by the mean values, not mean value subtracted by the observed value. Okay, so here you have to remember this formula. Now fourth absolute error will be mean value 2.62 minus 2.71. Okay, and it will be equal minus 0.09, because this is the absolute error, that's why here positive will be there, so 0.09 second will be there. Now fifth absolute error, del a5, it will be equal mean value 2.62 minus fifth reading here 2.80. Okay, now what will be here? Modulus 0.18 or 0.18 second will be there. This is the fifth absolute error. Now the mean absolute error will be del a mean, it will be equal mod del a1 plus mod del a2 plus mod del a3 plus mod del a4 plus mod del a5 upon 5. So what is the value of mod del a1? This is equal 0.01, 0.01, and the value of mod del a2, it is equal 0.06. This is, and the value of mod del a3 is 0.20, and the value of mod del a4 is 0.09, 0.09, you can see here, and the value of mod del a5 is 0.18 plus 0.18 upon 5. Sum of the numerator will be 0.54 upon 5. It will be equal 0.108. This is equal del a mean. Okay, now we will calculate relative error. So relative error is equal to the ratio of mean absolute error upon a mean or true value. So what is the value of mean absolute error? That is equal 0.108. Here we can see in this example that after the point or after the decimal there are two digits. There are two digits after the decimal. For each values here after the decimal two digits are there. That's why this mean will be after the decimal two digits. So on rounding of the second place, here del a mean will be 0.10. So here 0.10 upon the value of this is 2.62. Okay, after solving this will be 0.04198. Rounding of second place of the decimal, here relative error will be 0.04. This is the relative error. Now we can find the percentage error. So what is the percentage error? Percentage error is the relative error into 100%. So what is the relative error here? Mean absolute error upon a mean into 100%. So relative error is equal to 0.04. 0.04 into 100%. The value of percentage error will be 4%. This is the percentage error. Okay. I hope you would have understood examples and you would have understood all the concept